Have you ever wondered why everything we throw up falls back down to the ground? Consider for a moment the simple act of dropping an apple, or the thrill of a jump. Whether it's a basketball star making a slam dunk or a child's first attempt at a hop, we are all bound by this inevitable return to the earth. It's a phenomenon we rarely give a second thought, yet it shapes our every movement, our every step. Picture the last time you saw a helium balloon floating effortlessly towards the sky. As you watched it disappear into the blue, didn't you find yourself asking, why doesn't it fall back down like everything else? Or perhaps you've stood on a high cliff, peering down at the waves crashing below and thought, why do I always fall down, not up or sideways? The answer to this mystery lies in a universal force that affects us all, every second of every day. Gravity, an invisible force that we experience every day, but what exactly is it? Let's dive right in. Gravity is a fundamental force of attraction that all objects with mass have for each other. Everything from the smallest particle to the largest galaxy has this force. For instance, when we throw a ball into the air, it's not just the Earth that's pulling the ball down. The ball is also pulling on the Earth. However, the Earth is so much bigger and heavier that it pulls the ball towards it with much more force. This pull is what we call gravity. It's the reason we don't just float off into the sky when we jump. It's why when we drop a book, it falls to the floor. It's why the moon orbits the Earth and why the Earth orbits the sun. Because of gravity, everything in the universe is constantly pulling on everything else. The strength of the gravitational pull between two objects depends on their masses and the distance between them. The bigger the objects and the closer they are to each other, the stronger the gravitational pull. That's why we're pulled towards the Earth, which is massive and close, rather than the moon, which is smaller and farther away. In essence, gravity is the invisible string that tethers us to the Earth. It's the cosmic glue that holds the universe together. So, gravity is the reason we aren't floating off into space right now. Gravity affects more than just objects falling to the ground. It has a profound impact on our world and beyond. It's like the invisible glue that holds everything in place. Without it, we'd be floating aimlessly in space. But gravity does more than just keep our feet on the ground. Consider our solar system. Each planet, including Earth, orbits the sun in a delicate balance maintained by gravity. It's this force that keeps us from hurtling off into the cold expanse of space. And what about the moon's gravitational pull on Earth? This creates the rhythmic ebb and flow of the ocean tides we're so familiar with. If you've ever stood by the shore and watched the tide roll in, you've experienced the effects of gravity in a very real way. Gravity even influences light, the fastest thing in the universe. This might sound strange, but gravity can actually bend light. This phenomenon, known as gravitational lensing, allows us to see distant galaxies that would otherwise be hidden from view. So, gravity isn't just about keeping things from floating away, it's a fundamental force that shapes the universe, from the smallest particles to the largest celestial bodies. It's the reason our world and indeed the entire universe functions as it does. From the falling apple to the orbiting planet, gravity holds our universe together. Gravity, it's everywhere and it's shaping our daily life in ways we perhaps never thought about. From the moment we wake up and plant our feet on the floor to the way our coffee settles in our cup, gravity is quietly at work. It's the invisible force that keeps our world together, from the smallest raindrop to the mightiest mountain. Imagine a day without gravity. We'd be floating around like astronauts on a space mission. But instead, we're grounded, literally, by this amazing force. Thanks for joining us on this exploration of gravity. Next time something falls to the ground, remember, it's not just an accident, it's a law of nature.